Did the NFL just humble Deion Sanders through his son? That's what a lot of fans are starting to believe. What started as a simple prank call has now spiraled into one of the most controversial NFL draft stories in years. And at the center of it all, Deion Sanders, his son, Shadore, and a league that some claim is sending a message loud and clear. It all started with a phone call. Shadore Sanders, a top quarterback prospect and son of the legendary Deion Sanders, picked up the phone on draft day thinking it was his moment. A coach? A dream come true? The voice on the other end? This is Mickey Lumis, GM of the Saints. We're taking you with our next pick. Excitement, gratitude, a rush of emotion, but then you're going to have to wait a little longer. That call wasn't from the Saints. It wasn't even from the NFL. It was a prank, orchestrated by Jax Albridge, the 21-year-old son of Falcons coach Jeff Albridge and his friend. The video of them impersonating a GM went viral almost instantly. Social media exploded. The NFL launched an investigation. And while Shadore tried to take it in stride, the damage was done. The moment he had waited for his whole life was hijacked for laughs. But for Deion Sanders, this wasn't just some childish prank. It was a symptom of something deeper, something darker. Because as the rounds passed and Shadore's name kept being skipped, Deion wasn't just disappointed. He was furious. And behind the scenes, he started talking, alleging, connecting dots, suggesting that this wasn't just about football, this was personal. According to Deion, NFL owners were sending a message. You don't run this league. And if you think you can bring your son into our house and act like you're in charge, think again. Dr. Umar Johnson, known for his outspoken commentary, backed up Deion's theory, going as far as to say that this was a coordinated effort among NFL owners and executives to embarrass and punish the Sanders family. A silent meeting, a collusion of power, a message to fall in line. Crazy? Maybe. But some fans and insiders say there might be truth here. Behind closed doors, NFL coaches reportedly called Shadore entitled and arrogant in interviews. He skipped the combine. His team limited his access. And Deion? He made it crystal clear that he would step in if the wrong team picked his son. That kind of energy doesn't sit well with billionaire team owners used to calling the shots. Then came draft day. Shadore, ranked by many as the second-best quarterback in the class, watched as Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Jalen Milroe, and others were chosen before him. Even the Browns, who had shown heavy interest in him, attending his pro day, meeting for dinner, passed on him again and again. When they finally took him in the 5th round with the 144th pick, it felt like a consolation prize. For many, it wasn't just a draft slide, it was a statement. Deion, usually confident and boisterous, was silent, shaking his head, speechless. And then came the cryptic tweets, "A lie doesn't care who tells it." The truth may not be popular, but it wins in the end. Lord, create in me a pure heart and renew the right spirit within me. But behind the scenes, sources say Deion is far from calm. He believes the league intentionally humiliated him and his son to remind them who holds the real power. Still, not everyone agrees. NFL legend Chris Carter pushed back, saying there was no conspiracy, that Deion and Shadore overplayed their hand, that the league simply didn't like the attitude, the drama, or the sense of entitlement. Other critics echoed the sentiment. One GM pointed to Deion's comments from a 2024 podcast where he said he would pull an Eli Manning if a team they didn't like drafted Shadore. That rubbed executives the wrong way and made Shadore look like a risk. And when you add in the concerns about his arm strength, mobility, and interview performance, some say the NFL was just being cautious, not petty. But others aren't convinced. They point to the NFL's long history of punishing outspoken black athletes, the double standard between confidence in white players and arrogance in black ones, the fact that 31 of 32 NFL teams are owned by white billionaires, and that Deion Sanders, a confident black man who moves differently, was never going to be embraced by that old guard. So what is it? Did Deion Sanders' outspokenness cost his son a top draft slot? Did NFL execs make an example out of the Sanders family? Or was this simply a case of too much hype? Not enough humility? What do you think? Was this all about race and power? Or did Deion push too far and bring this on himself? Drop your thoughts in the comments.